Alright, ladies and gentle boobs. Here are the new lifters to replace those lifters. Those Amazon lifters are going back. These I got from Link Support Depot. They're much bigger and heavier, and the hardware went to New York instead of here. Now, what you're looking at here is I ordered samples of the material, and they're literally 3-inch squares, so screw that. I ordered 3 yards of black, 3 yards of white, and then 1 yard each of gray matte and ivory matte. And now I'm looking at, Emma Watson. I'm doing a skin tone, and oh, what a skin tone. So the gray is obviously too dark. If you had a super bright environment, or your projector was super bright, you could deal with that. But that's pretty much out of the running just based on this. I mean, if you have a super dark movie, blacks will be blacker, like there. See this black up here? You can see where I'm looking there. Black. That black is blacker there than it is here or here. But now I'm looking at the white, which is what I bought to use, and it's just too white. And look, I'm going half-assed on this, and I should be. The problem is I want audio transparent, I want a stretchy fabric, and I want it to be cheap. And literally, if I get 3 yards of any of these, it's $27. So the black's $27, the white's $27. These were $9 and $9. Now, I'm looking here, because I put this as the white behind it, and it ends here. If you look, the light's going through the ivory, and right here, it lightens it up, actually, right there. So, you can see a line straight down where it's brighter. So I'm thinking this is what I'll do. I'll end up putting 3 layers of fabric for this screen. A black layer in the back to stop all light, because if you look behind the screen, oh, you notice it's still like daytime out, so I'm doing all this without it. So that's too much light leakage. That's going to bounce out, and it's just wasted. But now instead of I was going to just do black and then white, but looking at this, and looking at the skin tone, the warmth you're getting on the ivory, which would be a lot harder to manufacture with adjusting settings on the projector here, I'm probably going to order another 3 yards of ivory. And I'll do full black, full white, full ivory. And that'll be my projection screen. It'll be 3 separate layers of spandex. We have to calculate now. That's calculating. Now there, see, I'm looking at it here. Anything nude here? No good. She's not white. She's way too white in the middle of that. Obviously the right's too dark. And the left is warm. I'd rather have warm than cool. I could always adjust out some of the red in the screen. It's always worse to add red to try to warm things up. So yeah, lift support sometime this week. I wanted to have this ready for Game of Thrones. The first episode is obviously not going to happen, but hopefully for the second episode of Game of Thrones this season, which is in more than a week, I should have something done, because I can't put the screen up. I can't do the material. Even if I had all the material, I can't put it up unless the screen can flip to the ceiling. Or else I'll have this sitting here all day. And that's not cool. So, yeah. Working on it. Alright. Soul searching, working, feeling, playing with things. Hey, look. There I am. Alright. That's white. That is the full sheet of white that I bought. This over is the ivory. And this line here indicates white behind the ivory. And it's hard to see that delineation, but trust me, it's there. I've been flip-flopping for literally 3 hours. Like, the sun's gone down, and it's nice out now. Yes, the white looks the most quote-unquote proper, but everything's washed out. And blacks on that are just not. They're just not. They're that color. See that there? That's as black as it can get with a pure white. On the ivory, it reflects light slightly less. But now we've got this yellowing effect here, which is lessened when it's not backed up. You can see blue, crystal white clouds, like a grayish blue, yellow clouds. And then if you look at the very end, that's blue with slightly off-white clouds. Not as bad as there, not as bad as this center section. This is something else. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'll get a full sheet of ivory and I'll put it over the black. I have the black, but I don't really have a way to test it unless I hang it and do like I did over here, which could come later. Because having the white behind it here, like this, really discolors everything. And although the skin tones in that section look amazing, everything else, just like people's teeth and everything, no matter how white the image is, it's yellow. So here, this section here is too yellow. This section's good, and this section is very white. Where's my mouse? Yeah, you could see right here is a big block of... Good. That's too washed out, and this is too discolored. Bam.
The headband shall be ours.
Yeah, with 16:9 content, by the way, it comes out to about 81 inches if I go from that corner to here. And I've obviously shifted it over in Media Player Classic. It's actually projecting here. The projector is shining up here and the whole thing. I just moved it down there. Get the hell over there. And I was doing Game of Thrones, and now I'm doing Afro Samurai, and just throwing 16:9 content up so I can get the half screen, because it's a waste of space to go all the way over there with nothingness. So I'm just trying to judge like this. This is hard. Just buy a screen, God. I'm gonna end up going with just look at that perfect skin tone. That's amazing. Even compared to the wall, which was pretty good. And this is just the ivory with nothing behind it, so the backing is missing. A lot of light leak. So I'll do a full spread of black, and then a full spread of ivory, and it'll be perfect. I don't know what's coming up in this folder. It's probably going to be dirty. Dirty things. Perfect. Looks perfect.